Before we jump into today's list, I want you to guess what you think are the top 3 countries in the world. Then, which one do you think has been ranked the best country in the world? US News and World Report, yes, that organization that loves rankings, has released their ranking of the best countries in the world. 87 countries were scored in 10 categories for adventure, agility, cultural influence, entrepreneurship, heritage, movers open for business, power, quality of life, and social purpose. So if you've ever considered relocating to another country or just want to add any of these countries to your travel list, stay tuned. We won't cover all 87 countries, but we will count down 15 countries in the world according to this ranking. Starting at number 15, Italy. It is no surprise that Italy ranks really high in the cultural influence and heritage categories. It also ranks well in adventure and being family friendly. We hear it's a food lover's paradise, but we have also heard negative things about this country when it comes to black travelers, which we covered in our video about worst places for black solo travelers. You should definitely watch that video after this one if you haven't seen it yet. Italy is visited by 4 million tourists every year, which makes it one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. But living there is more complicated. The country has been plagued by a sluggish economy and high unemployment rate for years now. Number 14, we have Finland. This Nordic country in Northern Europe has been home to the happiest people in the world for quite a few years now, if you believe the surveys. It ranks high in social purpose, quality of life, and open for business categories. The country of only 5.5 million is a global leader in providing quality education and was one of the first countries in the world to legalize universal suffrage. Finland is one of the most northern-reaching countries in the world. At number 13, we have Denmark. Denmark ranked as the number 1 country perceived as caring about human rights. This Scandinavian nation also ranked high in social purpose and quality of life, which is not surprising at all considering Scandinavian countries pretty much dominate the quality of life category. Denmark has one of the highest income tax rates in the world, but citizens enjoy mostly free universal healthcare and free higher education. Next up, we have France. France is one of the oldest countries in the world and ranks high in heritage and cultural influence. If you've ever seen those viral videos on social media trashing Paris for being an overhyped city, then you might be tempted to skip France altogether. But this country has a lot more to offer than just Paris. The south of France, for instance, was listed as one of the top international retirement destinations in our cheapest international retirement spots video. Make sure you watch that. If you've been following the news in recent months, then you know France has been rocked by several social unrest ranging from economy to social justice issues. Just like many countries in Europe and really around the world, the French economy has also faced a slowdown and high unemployment. At number 11, we have Norway. At this point, you might be rolling your eyes like, God dang it, another Scandinavian country. And I'm right there with you. And guess where Norway ranks the best? Quality of life and social purpose, of course. With only 5 million residents, Norway is one of the world's leading petroleum exporters. Norway gained independence from Sweden in 1905 and was long an isolated country. Skiing and skating are considered national pastimes here, so if you are an avid skier, Norway might be a cool destination to check out. At number 10, we have the Netherlands. Gender equality and agility boost Netherlands to the number 10 spot on the rankings of the best countries in the world, among other things. This liberal country is known for its biking culture and over 1,000 bridges that connect the cities. One interesting thing about the Netherlands is that much of the country is underwater. In fact, when you land at the airport in the capital city of Amsterdam, you are actually landing 12 feet below sea level. The Netherlands is one of the most leading exporters of agriculture and is famous for tulips. We'll talk about the story of the tulip mania that happened in the Netherlands when we discuss market bubbles in a different video. If you know what I'm talking about, let us know in the comments. At number 9, we have the United Kingdom. Okay, I don't know what number we finally get out of Europe, but here we are again talking about another European country. The UK's high rankings come in the entrepreneurship, power, and cultural influence categories. I mean, for good or bad, can we really ever overstate the UK's cultural influence in the world? I don't know if that's even possible. Considering I'm sitting here 1,000 miles from that tiny island, speaking English, and I will likely have viewers from all corners of the world watching and understanding my video in English. This nation of over 66 million has long been a major world power with its roots in the British Empire. At number 8, we have New Zealand. We're finally out of Europe, but we're still kind of Europe adjacent. That's because this island nation in the Pacific Ocean has both British and Polynesian influence, with 70% of the population being of European descent and about 14% being Maori, the country's first settlers. New Zealand is made up of 2 big islands, and most of the population lives on the northern island. The nation of 5 million ranks high in social purpose, open for business, quality of life, adventure, and agility. New Zealand is known for its unbelievable stunning scenery, from rugged mountains to beautiful beaches. Hello there, and sorry to interrupt you while you're enjoying one of our videos. I just wanted to share some exciting news with you. We now offer a travel journal right here that serves as the perfect companion for documenting your journeys, including destinations, culinary experiences, accommodations, and more. It even features an expense tracker to help you manage your travel budget. By grabbing one through the link below, you're not only enhancing your travel adventures, but you're also contributing to the support of our talented writers and filmmakers. Thank you so much for your support, and let's go back to the video. At number 7, we have Germany. Germany is the most populous country in the European Union and ranks high in power and entrepreneurship categories. Germany is known for its strong economy and well-developed infrastructure. Although Germany has historically had a highly skilled workforce, the country is dealing with an aging population just like several developed nations. This means spending on social safety net programs will get bigger and bigger, putting a strain on the economy. Germany's landscape varies greatly, from the northern plains that reach the Baltic Seas to the Bavarian Alps in the south. And at number 6, we have Japan. We're finally in Asia. Japan has a highly educated population and ranks high in entrepreneurship and cultural influence. Actually, did you know that Japan is made up of 4 primary islands and more than 6,800 others? Japan has the 3rd largest economy in the world and is a manufacturing powerhouse famous for motor vehicles and electronic equipment manufacturing. But Japan exports much more than cars and electronics, with multiple popular culinary and media exports like sushi and anime. Japan has the oldest population with fast declining birth rates, which have put a pressure on the economy in recent years. And at number 5, we have the United States. Finally, I have landed on the list. No, we have landed on the list. The great old USA is ranked at the number 5 best country in the world. Our best rankings are entrepreneurship, power, and agility. The US has the world's largest economy and most dominant military. And let's not even mention the domination we have in popular culture around the world, from music to movies. And if you ask me, we're a great country to visit. There is something for everyone, whether you enjoy big cities or nature. If you're watching me from outside the US and have visited here, please let me know what you thought of the US in the comments. Like all countries, the US has its challenges, from inflation to racial injustice to gun violence. So what countries beat the mighty US in the rankings? Now is a good time to pause this video and let me know in the comments with your guesses as to what countries outrank the US. Let's check them out now, starting with Australia. The land down under ranks high in agility and being a friendly nation. Did you know this island nation is also a continent? Although Australia speaks English and is known for being essentially an extension of the UK, the land was occupied by indigenous people for at least 40,000 years before the first British settlers arrived. Australia's cities often rank high in globally livability surveys, and the outdoorsy nation has a high rate of participation in sporting activities. At number 3, we have Sweden. God dang it, we're back in Europe. Not just in Europe, but back in a Scandinavian country. This nation of 10.5 million is known for its free healthcare and free education, and if you're into design, you know about the famous Sweden minimalistic designs. Being very environmentally conscious, almost all of Sweden's trash is recycled. The nation is also known for its commitment to human rights, public service, and donating about 1% of gross national product to humanitarian aid programs. Sweden ranks #1 for quality of life. So who beat out Sweden, you might ask? None other than our neighbor to the north and home of Drake, Canada. Are you surprised by Canada beating out both the US and Sweden? I am. Canada ranks high for agility, quality of life, and racial equality. This nation of almost 39 million is the second largest country in the world by land size, which means the country is sparsely populated. Canadians are known for being the nicest people in the world, and the nation has been very welcoming to immigrants. Canada's large cities are famous for their diversity and make great tourist destinations. But what should make the country more attractive is its captivating scenery with multiple famous national parks. So now you're asking, who beats Canada to be named the #1 country in the world? And that would be the home of illegal money, Switzerland. So did you guys guess Switzerland would be named the best country in the world? The small Central European nation ranks first for safety, but also ranks high in open for business, cultural influence, and quality of life. Switzerland is known for a few things: neutrality, wealth, the Swiss Alps, and chocolate. The country has low unemployment and a highly skilled workforce. German, French, Italian, and Romansh languages are the national languages, which means Switzerland has an interesting mix of cultures. Interestingly, Swiss citizens have won more Nobel Peace Prizes and registered more patents per capita than many other nations. So, that ends the list of the top countries in the world. What did you think of the list? Any surprises here? Any honorable mentions you want to shout out? Leave it in the comments. That's it for today's video. We'll be back with more travel and money talk.